All right, final news piece of the day, although I could keep going with the stuff I've sent myself. We're going to stop at 3 a day. Um, Talk about one of the most fake news sites out there, tied probably with New York Times, uh, Washington Post, the Washington Post. I saw this headline without even reading it. I already knew. Fake news, absolute garbage nonsense. It doesn't mean that they won't try to pull a fast one, a false flag on us, and blame those darn Russians. But when I saw this, it's nonsense, and I've already spoke at length about this prior to this article even being thought of being written many months ago, and even last year, talking about how they could try to pull a power outage out. And I was talking about possibly for the elections. If they need to stop Trump, they could cause a power outage, blame it on the boogeyman, ISIS or Syria, I think I said as an example. They did it. We can't do elections because, the East Coast is power outages right now. I was giving you some examples of some things they might try to pull that I thought would be a way to do it if they tried to do it. So, fast forward. And by the way, as of this video, it'll be the second tomorrow. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. 4 more days for Trump to get the final nod by the Democrats and Republicans in Congress that we agree with the Electoral College and he's going to be the president. Or are they going to object? And if they object, and then they try to take his delegates out, because they can take an entire state's delegates out if they object and the Congress votes and agrees we agree to the objection. Okay, nullify Florida. We also have a problem with Texas. Okay, nullify Texas. Oh, he's now below 270. Oh no, what? Something in that scenario. We saw how nonsensical the whole flip-flop thing was. Literally almost nobody flopped. I mean, that's what you could say. A couple of people. I mean, really? Sources say we have about 15 people ready to flip on that are going to flip on Trump on the electoral. 2 people did it. 4 or 5 did on Hillary. So, is it possible that the same thing's going to happen January 6th, which is nothing happens? He's the next president. Have a nice day. As I said, I'm more concerned about this than the Electoral College, which we did get passed. So I hope, and I've actually been feeling good lately, that it'll go through and he'll be okay. But I was certainly bothered by this for a while after the election, and I'm still a little bothered by it until we get past it. So here's the nonsense. Again, Washington Post. Utter fake news garbage. Russian operation hacked a Vermont, Bernie Sanders, Vermont utility showing risk to U.S. electrical grid, security officials say. Hold on. Oh, editor's note. An earlier version of this story incorrectly said that Russian hackers had penetrated the U.S. electric grid. Authorities say there is no indication of that so far. The computer at Burlington Electric that was hacked was not attached to the grid. Oh, so they spewed fake news. Editor's note, update. We know we told you it was the Russians for sure. We now retract that because it might be the Russians, but we don't know. But I just read you the title. Same title. They left the same title up. Russian operation hacked a Vermont utility showing risk to U.S. electrical grid, security officials say. A code associated with the Russian hacking operation, dubbed Grizzly Steep by the Obama administration, has been detected within the system of Vermont utility, according to U.S. officials. A code associated with the Russian hacking operation, dubbed Grizzly Steep. A code? Okay. Who is writing this trash? Oh, I know who. Juliet Ilperin and Adam Entos of Washington Post. Oh, okay. While the Russians did not actively use the code to disrupt operations, according to officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss a security matter, the discovery underscores the vulnerabilities of the nation's electric grid. Okay, so sources say, which sources? They spoke anonymously. we can't reveal them because they might get in trouble because it's a security matter. Don't you love when the mainstream uses sources familiar with the matter? Sources say. I had a dream last night and it said, an alien landed and told me. I mean, you could put anything in there and it means nothing. And it raises fears in the U.S. government that Russian government hackers are actively trying to penetrate the grid to carry out potential attacks. Huh? Huh? Really? But I thought they just hacked the elections. The machines. Now they're going to hack our grid? What sense would that make? Donald Trump is essentially saying Putin is my buddy. We're on the same level. He's a smart man. I'm giving him kudos on Twitter almost daily. He's a highly intelligent man. I appreciate the guy. And Putin saying essentially the same thing back at Trump. But he's got us, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. That's what Putin's doing. They're still hacking our power grid. But they somehow could only put this code on a laptop not connected to the power grid. So here's what that is. I have a laptop at my house. I go find malware that I know is malware, put it on the laptop, bring said laptop to my job today, go into the IT department. My laptop's acting a little funny. Can you scan it for viruses? Yeah, sure, no problem. Hey, we found something. Oh, what did you find? Malware. Really? What does it do? Who made it? Oh, it's the Ruskies. The Ruskies made it. Do you see how easy that is? That's the equivalent. For example, let's say the cops don't like you. You're just a pain in their side. You protest all the time, but you've not really done anything wrong. You're just pissing them off. And they say, we've had it with this guy. We're going to have to take him out. Not kill, take him out a different way. And their method is, we're going to have one of our officers' wives or friends call in an anonymous tip that child is being beat, molested, something, and we're going to get a warrant to go into your house. We're not going to just knock and have you open the door. We're going to knock, kick the door down, throw a flashbang in there. Hopefully we don't throw it into a crib and kill one of your kids, but if their crib happens to be nearby, there's the risk. And we don't find anything. And then we say, yeah, but Your Honor, because now you're going to sue them, we had an anonymous tip that came in that said this, and due to the nature of the allegations, we had to act. Did you get the person? Who was the person that called? It was an anonymous tip, Your Honor. We don't have that information. Can't you check the phone number that called in? We did afterwards, but it rang. It's no longer valid. Did you get a warrant to find out who owned the phone number? Oh, well, we didn't. Right? That's how that goes. Anyways, you're being set up is how they can do it. The point being. Officials in government and the utility industry regularly monitor the grid because it is highly computerized, and any disruptions can have disastrous implications for the country's medical and emergency services. Burlington Electric, I thought that was Burlington Coat Factory. Come on. I got my shoes there a few times. Burlington Coat Factory. You guys got an electric company too? Burlington Electric said in a statement that the company detected a malware code used in the Grizzly Steep operation in a laptop that was not connected to the organization's grid systems. The firm said it took immediate action to isolate the laptop and alert federal authorities. Now, isn't that a funny statement? Took immediate action to isolate the laptop. It was already isolated. It wasn't connected to your grid system anyways. All you got to do is shut it up, make sure it's turned off. It's on your Wi-Fi. You don't got Wi-Fi over here, do you? No Wi-Fi at the grid? Yeah, good idea. Okay, that's a plus. And it didn't plug into the network port of the laptop, right? No, it's separate. It's off. And even if it did, it's off. Laptop's off. It's already isolated. Making it sound like there was a bomb that was brought in, and we brought the bomb unit in. They brought their robotic thing, and it slowly grabbed the laptop, and we heard a little ticking going, like a time thing going off, and they're reading you the story like it's some kind of spy narrative, and we had what sources say was 3 to 4 seconds before this thing was going to go off, and they put it in the disposal unit, the bomb disposal unit, and put the lid on with maybe a second to go. And then what? Nothing. It just sat in there. Nothing happened. What was the ticking sound? Something in the background. Okay, so what was it? Nothing. We had to isolate it, Couldn't you just walk it outside to get out of it's already isolated, it's not on your system, but you could walk it outside the facility? Yeah, okay. Friday night, Vermont Governor Peter Shumlin, Democrat, called on federal officials, quote, to conduct a full and complete investigation of this incident and undertake remedies to ensure that this never happens again. Bozo Governor Schulman, you moron. Someone brought a laptop in, you jackass. What the hell is federal authorities and law enforcement going to do to stop one of you or your employees from bringing a laptop in? That's your responsibility. Guys, new policy goes into effect today. No more laptops on the premises, period. They must stay in your car or at home. Don't bring them in. Well, we're going to call the federal authorities, the federales. Round up the federales to do something with this laptop. We got to make sure this never happens again. I got an idea. Don't bring it to work, jackass. Boy, I had to be a top level FBI agent or something. I mean, Jesus, JSNIP 4, Special Agent JSNIP 4 reporting for duty, sir. I mean, come on. Vermonters, quote, Vermonters and all Americans should be both alarmed, and outraged that one of the world's leading thugs, Vladimir Putin, has been attempting to hack our electric grid, which we rely upon to support our quality of life, economy, health, and safety, the governor said in a statement. Governor. Sir, Governor. Oh, damn it. Go ahead, JSNAP. There's freaking guy again. Governor, did you read the editor's note today, Governor? Oh, no, I didn't. Allow me, Governor. An earlier version of this story incorrectly said the Russian hackers had penetrated the U.S. electric grid. Authorities say there is no indication of that so far. The computer at Burlington Electric that was hacked was not attached to the grid. So they've already given you fake news, Governor. I realize they're saying it incorrectly said that they had penetrated the grid as opposed to not penetrating the grid, but still trying to. So the headline here is that they didn't penetrate it, but they tried to. So we're still sticking with that part of the note. We had fake news at first. Now we have semi-fake news, is what the Washington Post is telling you. Where was I? Got a little more to go. This episode should highlight the urgent need for our federal government to vigorously pursue and put an end to this sort of Russian meddling. Senator Patrick J. Leahy, Democrat, again, Vermont, said he was briefed on the attempts to penetrate the electric grid by Vermont State Police on Friday evening. Quote, this is beyond hackers having electronic joyrides. This is now about trying to access utilities to potentially manipulate the grid and shut it down in the middle of winter, Leahy said, or is that Lehi said, in a statement. That is a direct threat to Vermont, and we do not take it lightly, he said. Representative Peter Welch, another Democrat, Vermont, said the attack shows how rampant Russia hacking is. He said, it's systemic, relentless, even predatory. No, I thought that was you pedophiles. No? That's them? Okay. They will hack everywhere, even Vermont. In pursuit of opportunities to disrupt our country, we must remain vigilant. Which is why I support President Obama's sanctions against Russia and its attacks on our country and what it stands for, he said. So again, they've now taken something and said, as in the first something, Russians hacked our elections. All the intelligence agencies know this. They've briefed us. This is what happened. And then the intelligence agencies said, well, we don't have definitive proof of that. But we think they did, and we think so much they did that we're going to just say that they did. That's what they're saying. That's what it has boiled down to. We think it might be them. We have no proof of this, but we think it so much, and we rally all the alphabet agencies together. Everybody sing in unison. Ready, say it. And some of them aren't saying it. Okay, we'll get rid of those ones. Get rid of those guys. The rest of you who are willing to say it together. Say it loud. It's the same people who brought us WMDs in Iraq. They've got WMDs. Where are they? Where did they go? We're none. So this kind of rhetoric is what helps me feel bothered about the whole January 6th thing with Trump. Because if they can push, they hacked our voting machines, we're pretty sure. And now they're hacking into Vermont electric grid. My senators and congressmen left and right on both sides of the aisle, we need to work on. We can't allow this Mr. Trump to take office. He's buddy-buddy with this guy that's hacking. We need to find the couple of states null and void of their electoral college so we can pit someone that we know will do the right thing as president. Now, the argument is, well, the House and Senate have full Republican power, so the Democrats, can go pound sand. But I got a question for you. Do you know 1 or 2, 3 or 10 or 20 or a lot of Republicans who did not and do not like Donald Trump? All of these politicians know, these congressmen, these senators, they know he is so much for putting term limits on us. Congress critters. And guys, this really is a both sides of the aisle kind of thing, left, right, Democrat, Republican. We need to work together to get rid of this guy. Don't you like that plush job you have? Don't you like that phenomenal power you have under your fingertips? Don't you like the back pocket payouts you get from the lobbyists? Don't you enjoy when Citigroup Bank writes the laws to start repealing Dodd-Frank Act, part of it, and they hand it to us with a big bonus check for all my buddies here, and then we make it into law? Don't you enjoy that? Well, of course we do. That's going away under Trump. We're going to have a very short period of time in here to get anything done. That's not going to just work with us. Let's get rid of this guy. So I am concerned about that. I'm still very concerned about that. I hope it's a nonsense concern. I hope it goes away. Because when I see the 6 has come and gone, what was the final thing? He made it good. That's when I breathe a sigh of relief. And then there's only one other thing we have to worry about that I hope we don't have to worry about, but we do. Are they going to take him out? Are they going to JFK the man? I sure hope not. I sure hope he gets in there and makes his move and starts cleaning house. But this article is BS. You could make this up anywhere. I could grab my laptop sitting next to me right now. Go to some stupid malware site. I know I'm going to get malware. You're looking for a Adobe Flash player? Here it is. Not even Adobe site. It looks fake. Let me download that and put it on here. Check my laptop today. Why and how did this laptop even stand out as having malware in the first place? Did we actually discover that? Who brought the laptop in? How did they know it had something on there? What prompted them to say, hey, there's something wrong? Which would then prompt the IT or whoever checked into this further to run a little virus scan or whatever on it to say, oh, it's got something. That would have to start for some reason. That we're not exactly told. It just says a laptop in there. Wasn't connected to the grid, but a laptop had it on there. Don't you think they have a little more information than that? I can assure you they do. But it's information you don't need to know. Because if they tell it to you, you're going to realize this whole damn thing is bullcrap. So let's leave that out. Trust us, we're the news. And when we say we have sources that say, trust us. We do have sources that say. And believe me, they do. Except the source that says is part of the club. The source of the laptop probably did it on purpose. You follow me? So this is utter nonsense. Plain and simple. But you can see they are trying everything in the book to stop Donald Trump from getting in there, to start a war as fast as they possibly can. We've got less than 20 days now. Less than 20 days where I hope These bastards don't do something stupid to cause a war somewhere. I sure hope not. Take care.